The kingdom of Corona should have been glowing with light, but tonight something is terribly wrong. The lanterns that once floated with hope now fall like dying stars, and a cold shadow spreads across the land. Something has returned, something that should never have. Awakened. Dark clouds tower over the kingdom as if the sky itself is holding its breath. The castle walls, once shining with warmth, now stand cracked and silent. Streets that were full of music and laughter sit empty, touched by a strange dim light. The air carries a fear that no one can explain, but everyone can feel. It started with the vanishing of the lantern glow, then the earthquakes, and then the tears in the sky began to appear. Eugene rides through the ruined paths with Maximus, his voice shaking as he calls Rapunzel's name, even though he knows she has been missing for years. He refuses to believe she is gone. Not after everything they fought for? Maximus stops, staring at a strange swirl of light in the sky. It twists like a cut in the world, and a deep humming sound rises from it. Eugene feels his heart sink. These strange portals have been showing up all over Corona opening, and closing like wounds. From inside one of these portals comes a whisper that chills the kingdom. A voice calm, cold, and inhuman. A voice calling itself the Weaver. It speaks as if it knows every secret in every heart, promising to rewrite the path of destiny and pull the threads of forgotten stories. As the voice echoes across the land, lanterns fall from the sky, crashing and shattering like broken memories. The people of Corona hide behind locked doors, unsure if the kingdom they wake up in tomorrow will still be their own. At the castle gates, the last lantern flickers weakly before going dark. And for the first time in centuries, the kingdom of Corona stands without a single light to protect it. The darkness has come not by force, but by design. And the Weaver's plan has only just begun. Deep inside the old forest, far from the broken kingdom, a faint golden glow spreads through the trees. It moves like a memory trying to find its way home. At the center of an overgrown clearing stands a forgotten tower wrapped in vines and silence. No one has climbed its walls in years, because no one believed anyone was left inside. But tonight, the tower breathes with life again. A soft pulse of light rises from the floor, flowing up the stone walls like warm sunlight on water. Then long, golden strands fall across the ground, waking as if they had been asleep for centuries. The magic inside them flickers, weak at first, then brighter, brighter, until the entire tower glows from within. And there, lying on the cold floor, is Rapunzel. Her eyes open slowly, confused, frightened, but alive. She sits up, gripping the golden strands that should not exist. She cut her hair. She let go of its magic. She chose a normal life. So why is it back? Rapunzel tries to stand, but images crash into her mind like waves, flashes of worlds she has never seen. A giant door of light. A boy with a keyblade. Strange creatures made of shadow. A voice calling her name from somewhere far beyond Corona. She clutches her head, trying to understand. But the visions only grow stronger. Rapunzel steps toward the tower window, and the world outside looks different, darker, as if the sky has been stitched together with shadows. She feels a pull in her chest, a quiet whisper guiding her forward. It isn't fear. It's something else. Something ancient. Something that knows her better than she knows herself. The golden hair around her glows brighter. Responding to a force she cannot see. She touches the strand, and the magic sparks like a tiny star. In that moment, she understands one thing clearly. She didn't return by accident. Something brought her back. Something that needs her light. And somewhere out there, woven between worlds, someone is waiting for her, someone calling her name through the darkness. Rapunzel steps out of the tower for the first time in years, the wind catching her glowing hair. She looks toward Corona, her heart trembling yet hopeful. She doesn't fully remember who she used to be, but she knows who she must become now. The lost princess has returned, and her story is about to change the fate of worlds. The forest wind grows wild as Rapunzel walks deeper into the unknown, her golden hair glowing like a moving lantern. Each step sends a soft shimmer through the trees, but the world around her begins to twist, colors bending. Shadows stretching, shapes folding like the forest is being remade by unseen hands. Then, without warning, the ground splits open with a burst of blue light. A swirling portal tears into the air, crackling like lightning trapped in a circle. Rapunzel shields her eyes as a figure leaps out of the portal, landing gently on the grass. A boy with spiky brown hair, a strange black outfit, and a shining Keyblade in his hand. Sora lifts his head, his expression calm but alert. He looks at Rapunzel like he already knows her. "You're the light thereafter," he says quietly. She doesn't understand how he knows her name or why her hair glows brighter when he stands near, but something inside her feels safe. Before she can reply, the trees behind them shake violently. Black shapes drip from the branches like ink coming to life. Heartless. Dozens of them. Their yellow eyes lock onto Rapunzel, sensing the magic flowing through her hair. Sora steps in front of her, Keyblade flashing. "Stay close," he shouts as the ground erupts into battle. Rapunzel feels her pulse race, but she refuses to hide. The moment she touches her hair, golden sparks fly outward, creating a shield of light that pushes the creatures back. Sora looks at her in awe. "Your magic reacts to the Keyblade, like it's meant to..." But Rapunzel barely hears him because something far worse is happening. The sky splits open again, revealing the weaver's silhouette drifting above the treetops. Its voice echoes like a quiet storm. "The thread has returned. The Princess of Lost Light must be claimed." Dark strings stretch from its hands, twisting through the air like living shadows. They wrap around the land, warping reality, pulling more portals into existence. Rapunzel's heart sinks when she sees a figure trapped within one of the shadow threads. "Eugene." His hand reaches out, his voice muffled as if trapped underwater. She runs toward him, but the weaver pulls the thread away, dragging Eugene into a swirling gate of darkness. Rapunzel falls to her knees, her hair dimming. Sora puts a hand on her shoulder. "We'll get him back. But to fight something like this, we're going to need to face every world it touches." As the forest collapses into a storm of light and shadow, Rapunzel rises with new fire in her eyes. This is no longer about fate. This is personal. The worlds have collided, and she is the key to saving them. A storm of golden and black light swirls above Corona, twisting the sky into a giant circle of chaos. The air vibrates with power, shaking rooftops and rattling the castle stones. At the center of the storm floats a massive portal, the weaver's gateway stretching wider with every passing second. Its dark threads coil down like giant claws, ready to claim the kingdom once and for all. Below, Rapunzel stands at the edge of the castle bridge, her long golden hair glowing brighter than ever before. The light coming from her strands is so strong it paints the broken streets in warm color. Sora steps beside her, Keyblade in hand, determined and steady. "This is it," he says. "If we don't stop the weaver now, every world will fall." Rapunzel looks up at the swirling darkness where Eugene is trapped high above, suspended inside a cocoon of shadow threads. His voice is faint, but his eyes are full of trust. She takes a deep breath, and her magic responds, rising around her like a gentle fire. She is tired. She is scared. But she is ready. The weaver emerges from the portal in a burst of black strings, its tall, shifting figure wrapped in flowing fragments of lost memories. "Light is a story," it whispers, "and yours ends here." With a sweep of its arm, thousands of shadow threads shoot forward. Rapunzel reacts without thinking. Her hair spirals outward, creating a massive wave of golden light. The two forces collide with a sound like a thunderclap, sending shockwaves across the kingdom. Sora charges through the blast, slicing the shadow threads with powerful Keyblade swings. Rapunzel leaps forward, using her glowing hair to swing across the bridge like a comet of light. Each swing cuts through the darkness, each step bringing her closer to Eugene. But the weaver snaps new threads around her, pulling her back, whispering, "You are not strong enough to change destiny." Rapunzel clenches her fists and screams, "Then I'll rewrite it myself." Her hair explodes with light not warm, not gentle, but fierce and unstoppable. The brightness floods the sky, breaking through the shadow threads holding Eugene. He falls, and Sora catches him just before he hits the ground. The weaver recoils, its form breaking apart like a torn tapestry. Golden strands rise from Rapunzel's hair, forming a swirling circle of pure light behind her. It expands until it looks like a sun reborn. With one final push, she sends the burst forward. The light slams into the weaver, shattering its form and closing the giant portal above. The sky clears, and the first lantern of Corona flickers alive once more. Rapunzel falls to her knees, breathless, watching as a final doorway of golden light appears before her, a doorway shaped just like the entrance to Kingdom Hearts. She reaches out, feeling its warmth. A soft voice whispers from within, "Your journey is only beginning." The screen fades to gold, leaving only the title, Tangled 2025, Rapunzel Returns.